morning, y'all. So where were we? Let's see. So I think yesterday we left off learning this part here, where we discovered that we had to not just parse an entire addition or an entire instruction, but rather incrementally build it. So that means this was the plan, basically. Discover this thing, and then memory doesn't change, but our current instruction would be addition. Then the next thing would be to parse the next memory address, which would keep on building the addition and give it a value of 100. I think we call this position, in fact. Yeah, it's a parameter value of just value. No, it's an address, in fact. So these should be address. And then this thing was not just, but value. Very meaningful, huh? So here as well. And then when we would finally encounter the last part of this addition instruction, which is the destination, then on the next thing, I think we should execute it here. So that means memory at this point. Maybe memory here should already be like this, because we've already completed the instruction. So then it continues on with the multiplication. This is what I'm planned to do. Okie dokie. So did I already? Yeah, and then this position mode stuff. I'll need to add that to this addition, in fact, so it's not just an addition, but it's something like addition with two modes. So it should be addition with first thing is immediate mode, no, position mode, and then immediate mode, because that's what this means basically. An addition of which the first parameter is position mode and the second parameter is immediate mode. So let's try and build this. And for that, I think I can make more specific tests, like for example, now it actually makes sense to parsing into instructions as a thing. So let's write that test case. Let's say instruction from string or something. Can parse into or can be instructions can be created from it, something like that, from a valid string maybe. All right, so that would mean let's maybe make that on a companion object. Instruction from string. And then we'll just parse valid objects. And this is actually also valid. Maybe let's split it up into additions and multiplication. Because then if I do it like this, then at least I can do it one by one. The thing I want to get out of that is an addition object. Or an addition builder, maybe, to make it more explicit, but we can just call it an addition object, I think. So is equal to an addition with, yeah, and then I need to fix this. So with an addition in first in position mode, and then an immediate mode. And then I can fix the rest as well. So here they're swapped. And here they're swapped as well. Because of the fact that leading zeros just turn into position mode. That's the idea in any case. Okay, so that's what it should look like. Then let's make both of these parameters. They're already parameters. yeah, but not modes yet. So it just be an enum. So maybe input mode or something. We'll have immediate mode and position mode. And then both of these parameters are no longer parameters. Or maybe like parameter mode. And then it should be an input mode, which cannot be null. And then the destination address it doesn't have just yet. Cool. And same for here. And then we'll do that for both of these as well. Mode. There we go. Now let's create this function. Input string or something. Might be an int code actually. We'll figure that out later. The thing I want returned is an instruction. Yeah, I think I want to, because I'll have int codes in here and I want, yeah. I guess I can always get a string from an int code, so it should be okay. Cool. There we go. Let's add an import for that thing and then run this test. Although all of this, we wrote that, but I don't think. Yeah, it's going to look a little bit different. So let's just run this one. So it's not the current exercise of the advent of code that we're doing. We're still stuck at day 5 because we're about to, actually in 50 minutes we're already discussing our solutions, and I hope to get some more work in before I can do some discussion. So ew, something is not compiling. Well, let's maybe just return an addition with 2 immediate modes or something. They'll probably all fail. But that also means that I don't have a test for 2 immediate modes in one row. Oh, that doesn't exist, so this should actually be both immediate modes. Right. Immediate mode and position mode equals this thing. All right. Okay, so now we can just parse it. And maybe also let's create some failing test cases. I mean, exceptional test cases. Addition from an invalid string. Throws exceptions. So if we do, again, instruction from string with something invalid, so what would be invalid is, actually, I don't know. Something with a space, maybe? So I expect it to be trimmed already. Or... okay, I don't expect, for example, 5501, because that's an illegal addition. So let's do assert exception of type illegal argument exception, maybe. Is thrown by this piece of code. I'm sure we can figure out some more exceptional test cases. I don't think we should cover trims and stuff. I mean, stuff like that. So it needs to first be an addition, and then some impossible stuff. So 5. This is impossible because it won't recognize 5. This is also impossible because of an immediate mode destination doesn't exist, or not according to the assignment in any case. So maybe we can first deal with those. And I think it's also always going to be the last 2 digits that will be defining the operation. So we can already do that, I think. How are we gonna do that? Can you do -2 for that? I'm not sure. Well, let's find out. Index out of range we get, okay. So that's not the thing to do. No. Drop last and then just 2. What the hell? That's too bad you can't use those things. That's probably why it can't use, or if you do use REPL, it will just print it. Last two. Why would it be 11? That's not what I expected at all. Removed. Okay. Take last two. Yay. There we go. So it's take last two. And this will give us the operation string, something. And then what we'll do is we'll operation string. So if it's 0, 1, then we want an addition. And we want an addition of the input mode. This just keeps going though, so I don't want to use a regular expression for this, but it might be better. So what I could do is substring this into multiple things. So what I want is I think I want to start or end index should be input string length minus 3, I think. And then the start index should be input string length minus 4 and 3 because, well, let's just find out if I'm correct. Let's make this input string. So this is operation. This is input mode 1. And this is going to be input mode 2. And this just scoots one over. And then I think if I do use REPL, it'll just print everything, right? Hey, it's Litany. What's up? Good morning. Oh my god. There we go. What the hell? I wonder why. Today I seem to be struggling with the scratch mode of IntelliJ. But really what we're doing is Advent of Code, day 5. It's still the first part where we have to extend the int code computer that we built in day 2. But I made some wrong abstractions in day 2, or well, right for day 2 I guess, but wrong for day 5. And it's hurting a lot. And yesterday evening, one of my viewers was like, hey, but how are you going to fix this problem? And then I was like, no, now I have to start all over again. And that's what I'm doing today, starting over. Yeah, it's brutal. I don't know if you've heard about Advent of Code yet. Or where you are at. I mean, day-wise. I even skipped day 4. And I really, really, really wanted to do this. But there's out of bounds. You didn't start this year. That's okay. Let's get rid of these statements, in fact. Just to make it a little bit shorter. Oh, I don't think you can go like in a negative fashion. That's probably why. But this isn't negative. Now I'm just trying to split this thing up into this, this, and this. And I didn't really want to use a regular expression, but hey, if there's no other way. The thing I could do... Can't you just go like character? Oh, you can. This is neat. So that would mean input string dot length minus 2, right? Because it's 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. So no, I need 3. because then I've got 0, 1, and this is the one I wanted. And then 4 is the... Yeah, this is always going to be 0, I guess. Specifically for addition, I need this one, right? Unless it's a 0. Let's try this. And Nightbot, still a filthy liar. Alright, let's try making this a 2 now and see where that ends up. Okay. So that's good. But then if I do this, or this in fact, it's going to explode. I think. I think that's probably why I don't get any output, is because it's throwing exceptions. Maybe there's a better way to do that. This also returns a getter null. Okay, here we go. Thank you. There we go. And then if it doesn't exist, I'll just return null or 0. Like this, maybe. Now what if I make this go away? I guess it still fails with an exception. No. Okay, what if I get rid of this one? Alright, this is what I want. Nice. Cool. So, here we go. That gave me some faster exploration of what I can do with input string. And now I need to basically translate this into an operation or an input mode. That's it. And I think we can just do this, like input mode from this thing. We'll clean it up later, I promise. There we go. And then so a character, and we want an input mode. And then we just go, actually we can inline this stuff, so we can say when C if it's null, then return position mode. If it's 1, return immediate mode. Else throw illegal argument exception. Could not parse into input mode. There we go. And I guess we should move this to the companion object of this. Or I don't know if an enum class has a constructor. Doesn't look like it does, so then I guess the other thing we could do is make it into a sealed class, but I'm not ready yet. Let's just first make it work a little bit and then we'll transform it. Input mode 1, input mode the second. And now let's see those tests run. It fails. Hey. Thank you for following its litany. It appears I made a boo-boo. Did I flip them around or something? Because 0 is position mode and 1 is immediate mode. Oh. That's not very smart, is it? If we are here, I guess we couldn't parse this entire input string into an instruction. Yay. Oof, another follower. A underworld, NO. Might be Norway. All right. So that's the addition. Maybe I don't think I tested this, in fact. It's failing. So this is a legal case, in fact. I wonder what the output is in that scenario. Oh, yikes. I also need to make sure this is specific to addition as well. So let's move that to a function that says addition from I think it was input string. Should have used my refactoring tools. Dang it. It's not too late, it's not too late. Alright. Let's first just move these inside a block. I'm not sure if you can do that. It appears you can. So then we can extract this hopefully into, yeah, addition from string, and now we can inline it again. Cool. Could be inlined. Do I want to do that though? We'll see. Next thing is make this fail. So I do expect 2 input modes, but what if there is a fourth? So let's just check. If input string length is more than 4, then we'll throw this. And here it's more specifically an addition. Why 4 though? Because so addition, input mode immediate for first parameter, input mode immediate for second parameter, and then input mode position mode for the destination. So this is in fact 5, so we need if it's larger than 5. There we go. And now it should fail. Yet it doesn't. Ah, yeah. So it should. That's to check this case, I guess, or something. I'm not sure. I didn't have that test case yet. So if I do this, that'll make sure that this thing fails. But this case I haven't covered yet. So that's where the last input mode of the destination so if it exists and it's not 0, I need to throw the exception. Because if it doesn't exist, then it's 0. What we can do is say require position mode for this, the outcome of that. And then we'll say an exception, destination should always be in position mode. And this thing sort of wanted to put here. This is going to be a function that's going to take a block of code that is going to return an input mode. And I want, and also a string message or error message. So if I execute block and block is or is not, that might be better, position mode, then throw a legal argument exception with error message. This we can inline, and that's that. Maybe we can even, I'm not sure if you can do that. No. Yeah, there we go. Let's rerun the tests. "15 more minutes until we discuss it." At work here, huh? Cool. So now all of these tests are working. Let's see what else is failing. And I think we can gradually increase to, like, for example, multiplication. However, what I think is going to be more interesting is continuously building up on this addition. So we were able to create an instruction from a string. And I think the next part I want to do is this part. So that means we'll have an addition, and then so this kind of addition is one with position and then immediate. Yep. And then if we do that again, so with this thing, I expect an addition, and now I don't know how to write this properly. So this stuff we had to execute it at a later time, but executing it at a later time doesn't happen to be very well suited for a problem, because while executing it might change the memory, and then we are screwed. Screwed, I tell ya. So we'll do this. And then I guess what we can do is have a parameter value thing going here where we say 5, right? So just 5 maybe. Or maybe we want to read it already, because it's position mode, right? So that means at index 5, so that's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is do. So let's do that. And then do we want to parse it as a string or not? Maybe let's not. Let's do addition is something you do with numbers, not integers. So let's make it look like this. Okay. Let's go here. And then let's just call it parameter 1, which is, and now I no longer want a parameter, I just want it to be a maybe int with the default of null. And then also make it a value val. There we go. Wait, so this shouldn't have happened. No, why would you IntelliJ? There we go. Is this in fact still working? Mm-hmm. So we expected one with null, but it is 2 for some reason. Sorry, what? Ah, yeah. So here we are creating this thing, and here we also have to. Okay, now it should be fixed. Yeah, okay. Now let's see where this thing fails. Oh, the memory thing. So somehow the memory already changes? Hmm. Memory now includes this. Yeah. Okay. Expected something with the addition, but we're not returning that yet. That is correct because we just apply current instruction, which is null. So I think what we can do here is do instruction from string. And then we'll just pass in the first int code. Oh yeah, and it's a hidden value, right? I'm not sure why, or I don't remember doing this. Why I wanted to do that. Let's just make it into strings, maybe. Keep it a little bit more simple. Here we can just have this. And then this can just be strings. And then this will be a string, and the first one at that. So if I rerun my code now, or my tests, I do have some assertions that fail. What was my plan with this encode thing? See, now that I'm in my tests, I'm thinking whether or not I should have thrown it away. What was my plan with this? Because it doesn't need validation, right? It only needs validation the moment you try to turn it into something, so I mean, oops. The last one was one too many. Is there more stuff that doesn't compile? Apparently there is. No, this is something else. Can I rerun my tests? What? What the hell? Oh, that test builder. Yeah. I don't think I need that, so... The list? Okay. Okay, so apparently parameter 1 is not filled in. Oh yeah, that makes sense. At least there is this that is working. So it's the first part of my test is working. That's what I take out of this. So if we go to the actual position in the test, that's failing. So it's the second assertion that's failing, and not the first. So whenever you partially execute this, we do get an addition, and now the second part needs to become this. Seems legit. So now I sort of need to figure out. Oh no. I think what I need is like a cursor or something. Maybe I can store that in here. Like where my execution thing was at. I think they even mentioned that in the assignment. Like don't forget to something. Fuck. The pointer. There we go. Instruction pointer. Should increase by the number of values in the instruction after the instruction finishes. Instruction pointer. So int codes, I guess I can rename it into memory or something. Do I want to do it now? To memory? Question mark. Feels like executing an instruction on int codes is not very correct. But hey, let's add a pointer, an instruction pointer. Which is basically just the index now. Huh? So let's do instruction pointer, which is an integer, which I think, how are we going to increase that? Because it's by doing an operation on this memory here that I want to increase. Right, so it's the moment you read from it, you want to advance the pointer. Oh no, and now I'm stuck in my head again. No, not again. So this is the thing that I want to partially execute, and it takes in this whatever. So whenever this happens, I want to increase the pointer. That's it. Memory with increased pointer or something. I don't know. Or I could do read. No, I don't want to do that. It's too generic. Let's just do it. Let's just do it like this. Increase pointer. And now I don't know what I want this to return. I could do this. So then increase pointer would return a new encodes object with an increased pointer. Or I could mutate it. There's no reason not to do this, I guess. I was already going to call it memory. So what I want is this dot copy, and I want my instruction pointer to be this dot instruction pointer plus 1, and I'll add this as a private val starting at 0. So by doing this, I'll break the contract. So if I do it like this, it should be okay. Okay. It's already 5 or 4 past 12. But I really want to do this though. And now I want to do this, I think. instruction, or maybe just pointer or something. No, not as constructor parameter. Yep. And then get equals, it should have been underscored. So this is so I'm unable to modify a pointer directly. I just provide a getter for it, and you can only increase it using this function. Oh. So initially it's at 0. And then in my tests where, okay. So here I want my memory to have been increased. And then here my memory already was increased. So here I want it to have been increased twice. This looks horrible. Let's try it though. I think we're about to eat some food. No. Could not parse 5 into an instruction. Ah, that's correct. So now I guess I don't want. I only want the initial instruction or the initial memory thing to be an instruction. And then the next one, I want to I guess it's something like if current instruction is not null. Okay, if we'll rewrite it later. So, well, actually, if it is null, do this stuff. Okay, we'll rewrite it immediately. So either it's current instruction, or if it's not, then read it. And then shit, so if current instruction still is, well, if it's not 0, then read or apply or something, I don't know. This dot. Oh no, I don't have. It's just an instruction and not an addition. Dang it. So if it's not null, and when current instruction is an addition, then current instruction parameter 1 equals memory memory dot pointer. This returns a string, or well, this returns a string. Yeah. So we'll do this to integer. And now I can't reassign it. So I'll need to copy this with parameter 1 equals s. And then this is parameter 1, let's say. Jesus Christ. It's strange that it's not complaining yet. Oh yeah, I'm not doing anything with this. So so if it's not null, that means this. Nope. Eventually I want an instruction to be returned here. Huh? So this is an updated instruction maybe. And I want, let's just try this for a second. So if it's not null, that means I want updated instruction to be assigned to this. And then else, I want updated instruction to be this. And this I can't do. Yeah, and there it's always one. So I really need to rewrite this as item. You're going to join the co-chair at 1. Yes, I am. I am indeed. That's why I was trying to haul ass and Oy. I ended up writing Java. Look what you made me do, Poke. To do. Now this can be a val. Alright, and we'll refactor this code later. Oh. Oh, that was stupid. So this should be not do. Five? What? Oh, right. So I just read this thing instead of using the parameter mode. Well, at least I have that stuff ready. All right, I gotta go eat if I want to be in time for food. I think I will continue doing this in the afternoon as well. So after read the review, maybe I will have learned something. So hope to see you then. If not, see you next time. Peace. Let's also find someone to host.
Oh, sorry for that. I hit the wrong button.